Sonic 3 and Knuckles is a really special game for me. It's no doubt my favorite classic Sonic game, and it's in my top 3 Sonic games of all time. And one thing that makes this game really stand out is that it's the only Sonic game to have 2 super forms. Super Sonic after collecting all the Chaos Emeralds, and once you get to the Sonic and Knuckles portion of the game and collect these new set of emeralds called the Super Emeralds, you unlock Hypersonic. And as the name implies, it's an even faster Sonic. He's so fast that he has an afterimage, and he has a light speed attack where it's a flash of light. Sonic can destroy any enemy that's on screen, and he can even breathe underwater, automatically making him the strongest Sonic in the entire fucking verse. Stronger than Archie Sonic. No Sonic can breathe underwater. You have to understand. Now, we've had alternate Sonic forms in the past, like Darkspine Sonic or Excalibur Sonic, but something about Hypersonic is kind of enticing for me and a lot of other fans, because those forms were one-off forms, right? You only see them in one game. We've expected them to only see them in those games. But Hypersonic, because Hypersonic is a canon form rather than being relegated to a spin-off, there's a possibility that we could see him again. And with the recent news about Ian Flynn wanting to incorporate Hypersonic in Sonic Frontiers but being shut down by Iizuka, this sent shockwaves to the community, and I kind of want to make a video about it. Is it possible that we can see Hypersonic in a new game in the future? Hell, a new form at all. So there are basically 2 answers to this. There's a boring answer and there's a lore answer, or the fun answer. Just for you guys, I'm going to start with the fun answer, the lore answer. So, we now know from the Japanese Twitter, this is like a few days ago, the Super Emeralds are a super powered version of the Chaos Emeralds, hence the name Super Emeralds. And we can finally come to the conclusion that the Chaos Emeralds and the Super Emeralds are the same set. They're one and the same, which would explain why we lose the Chaos Emeralds halfway through Sonic 3. They get turned into the Super Emeralds, and we can even see that in a cutscene right there. So that means after Sonic 3, the Emeralds revert back to their original form. But how? Because we don't see how this happens. We just know that they go back to being their original Emeralds. Did they just decide to stop taking their creatine? Did they stop taking their pump so that they go back to the scrawny, they lose all their gains? Well, in Sonic Mania, we can actually see the Super Emeralds again in Hidden Palace in Lava Reef Act 2. But they're different. They seem discolored and they're cracked. But how could that be if the Chaos Emeralds and the Super Emeralds are one and the same? If they're the same, wouldn't that mean that the Chaos Emeralds are also broken? Well, I'm actually going to call back to the Sonic movie of all things. My guess is that the Chaos Emeralds we have now came out of the Super Emeralds. Kind of like how in Sonic Movie 2, we have the Master Emerald, and inside of the Master Emerald were actually the 7 Chaos Emeralds. So I'm kind of calling back to that. That's my theory, at least. That would explain why they're cracked and why they're destroyed and grayed out. They're just shells. Because again, we look back at Sonic Movie 2, when the Master Emerald cracks, we see that it becomes gray and all the little Chaos Emeralds come out of it. And that would also explain why when we stand on them in Mania, we don't get teleported anywhere. We don't get sent to a special stage. Just nothing. They're broken. They're shells. There's nothing we can do with them. They're just shells. So it seems that the Super Emeralds were a one-time thing like every other transformation in the series, until one day Iizuka or Ian Flynn decides to write them back into the story somehow. And it could be super easy. They could be like, oh, we have to do this and that to restore the Super Emerald's power or some shit like that. Now we have the lore answer. Here's the boring answer, and it's a much straightforward answer, and it's not a good one. Simply, no. For now. It seems like Takashi Iizuka does not want to bring back Hypersonic, or any super form in that matter. Iizuka has stated many times in the past that he really doesn't want to bring back Hypersonic. He said that it was only supposed to be a bonus for players who beat Sonic 3 and Knuckles together for the lock-on bonus. A bit more recently, during one of Ian Flynn's podcasts, he actually said that he brought up the idea of Hypersonic coming back in Frontiers for the final boss. But Iizuka automatically just shot it down. He didn't even give it a second thought or anything. He said, nope, no more Hypersonic for you.
If instead of Supersonic, would Hypersonic be better suited to take down the End?
I actually pitched that
Yeah, you did.
very early on, and I got a polite no thank you in response.
And this doesn't just go for Hypersonic. This goes for any other alternate forms for Sonic. Iizuka is super against the idea. And the way he explains it is that if he puts a new form, even if it's Hypersonic, into a Sonic game, that's not supersonic, then people will be expecting a greater and even more powerful form in the next game. So basically, he's just trying to avoid power creep in the Sonic series. And I kind of understand it, because if we look at Dragon Ball, right, we see the original Super Saiyan form, the original scene, Goku going Super Saiyan. It was iconic because it was the character basically unleashing all of its anger and basically throwing away his character of trying to be a pure heart and all that, and becoming some enraged monster. It was so iconic because of how revolutionary it was and how impactful it was to the series. It wasn't just a transformation at the time. And I think all the way up until maybe the Cell arc, it was basically a rite of passage for all of the characters who got it, especially for Gohan. But now everyone has a Super Saiyan form. Goten's has one, Trunks has one, everyone is a Super Saiyan. It's like Vegeta says, it's a Super Saiyan bargain sale. And now we're up to what? Super Saiyan, God, Super Saiyan, Beast forms, Ultra Ego, Ultra Instinct. Instead of these big moments having impact and actual character growth, which they do, most of these transformations are just for spectacle and for the character to get even more powerful so that they can fight a stronger and more mighty being. And also for toys, because toys fucking sell. And I can kind of see where Izuka is coming from, but then just don't make the next game super grand scale. Frontiers, you're literally fighting the embodiment of death, right? So it kind of makes sense for hypersonic to be there. Like, if you're literally fighting what Kishimoto described as death, like basically death personified, then I understand if you have to bring in hypersonic. But the next game, don't have Sonic fight death. Have him fight Eggman again, so that when you're in the next game, it doesn't have to be super grand scale. But that doesn't, and I feel like they're worried because, if it's not like Sonic literally fighting God, then it's not gonna be as serious of a story. It doesn't have to be. We've had serious stories before. Eggman nearly blew up Station Square. Tails stopped him. It wasn't Super Sonic or Super Tails, it was just Tails. We've had big moments in the series before and not needing some super transformation. But simply put it, as long as Izuka doesn't want to have Hyper or any other form in the Sonic game, I guess we're stuck with Super Sonic for now. And what makes this even more disappointing is that we could have gotten some cool form in Frontiers. I remember before this game was coming out, everyone was hyping up, we're gonna get Cyber Sonic. There's no way that we don't get some final form in the end of the game. And I feel like there's a double-edged sword there. And I kind of, you know what's crazy? I kind of understand where Izuka's coming from now. This game, we haven't had a new form in a Sonic game since the Black Knight, and everyone was already expecting, we're gonna get Cyber Sonic. He's gonna be corrupted by the cyber corruption, all that stuff, and it's gonna be super hyper Cyber Sonic, right? And we didn't get it, and people were disappointed, but no one said we're gonna get it. So I already see what's going on here. So I kind of get Izuka and his thought process, so I can't be too hard on him. But I feel like it's okay to add other forms in it. I feel like just don't be afraid to do it. Plus, it's money for you guys. You get to sell more toys. You get to sell Cybersonic toys. You get to sell Hypersonic toys. I don't think there's a single. Is there a single Hypersonic toy? I don't think there is. Someone let me know in the comments. Is there a Hypersonic toy? Let me know. But that is all I wanted to say. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. Turn on notifications. Comment what you guys think. Do you think that we should get Hypersonic returning? Do you think we should get a new form or something like that, like we did back in the old days with like the Dark Spine and all that stuff? I just wanted to make this video because all this new news about Hypersonic. I don't think we've talked to Hypersonic has gotten this much like publicity in a long time. So I feel like, now it's now or never the right time to make a video. I might make a Street Fighter 6 video when that comes out. Was it coming out June 2nd? I was really hyped for this game. I haven't been hyped for a Street Fighter game in a long time. Like maybe since Street Fighter 4 when I was a fucking kid. So I hope you guys, if I do make a video, I hope you guys watch it. I know you guys really only really like my Sonic videos. Please, I'm gonna be expanding my content a lot, so make sure to stick around for that. I don't want to be known. I mean, I already am known as the Sonic guy. I can't really change it. Listen, I'll show you know, Sonic will always be my baby boy. He'll be my bread and butter forever. But I do want to expand some stuff. I really want to make a big Final Fantasy VII video. So when that comes out, I want y'all to watch it. But okay, rambling over. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.